Hello, good morning. It's Wendy, and here we are again. It's Tuesday. Let's see, the 27th of October. Yes, I am decked out in my pumpkin orange sweater today. Yes, this is like our first really cold morning. Crazy. So we don't ever have the heat on in our house. My kids get too hot in the middle of the night because they close their doors, and so their rooms get really hot, and we get really cold because we are upstairs and don't even have a heat duct up there, and so then in the morning it's freezing, and it was like 56 in our house when we got up this morning. Now I know that doesn't sound really cold to all of you guys that live in the snow, but for inside our house, 56 feels cold to me. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. Let's see, Halloween is coming up, fun. Although it doesn't look like we're really doing much for Halloween. I don't know if you guys are. Not much going on around here. My kids aren't totally, they're in like 16 and almost 14. They're kind of like, I don't know. So I don't think there's any plans happening. Maybe a friend coming over or something like that. But yeah, so that's that. And let's see. Oh, we're also kind of navigating, deciding on school after the break. Our district has decided that junior high and high school will be going back after Christmas break. So we have to decide if we're going to go back or if they want to continue doing distance learning. So we've been having those conversations, and we've got one that wants to go back and one that doesn't want to go back. And so I don't know. We're trying to figure all that out. So that's us here in sunny California. It's gorgeous today. Yesterday was cold and overcast, but today is glorious. Yeah, so that's what we're up to. I had kind of an interesting day yesterday. Woke up to a fried computer. So for anyone who is a author or a writer or something like that, who depends on a laptop to do anything, my life kind of just crumbled yesterday. Like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? All that. So it involved ordering a new computer, picking up a new computer, and today my husband is taking the old one in to see what we can get off of it. I had most of my stuff. I have most of my stuff, but there's probably a few things that I'm gonna lose. So that's all fine and dandy. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, okay. Mo is off on a little play date today. This will be her last litter of puppies, so she is entering into all of that, and then when she's done with little litter of puppies, she will be spayed, and we will be all done with puppies. So we're without her for a couple days, and the house just feels very quiet. So that's what's happening with Mo. I know all of you guys ask about her, and she's doing good, having a grand old time, I'm sure. So yeah, let's see. The other thing I want to talk about was South Dakota. South Dakota is still happening. I am very excited to be going. I think we decided that my daughter is not going to go. She's a little nervous with the state that's happening, what's happening in South Dakota. And so sad about that. But I'm still going. And it's interesting because I've had a few people be like, why are you going? Why don't you just cancel the event? And I have to tell you that about 5 years ago, I woke up from brain surgery and I said, I'm not going to live in fear anymore. I'm just not. And there's no way that I could have gotten through that without living by faith. And it's so crazy because the theme of that weekend in South Dakota is trailblazing the unknown, not living by fear. And I get this pressure of like, just cancel it. Why would you do that? Da 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 da. And I'm like, if I don't go and do this, like, I'm not like living the message that God gave me. I'm not like doing what I have set out to do. Like everything that I talk about is like, don't live by fear, like trust in the faithfulness of God. And so I am going, and the only way that I wouldn't go is if it gets shut down and the event center just says we can't come. And so I'm very excited. I can't wait to come and see all of you that are going to South Dakota for this really great weekend. Of course, I'm going to do everything that I can in my power to keep myself safe and also the people around me safe. And so, yes, I just wanted to say that because I know a lot of people are wondering, and I just have to be true to the message that I've been given, And so, anyway, that's South Dakota. There was another another event that's kind of in the works, and that is in Simi Valley. And it was going to be in November, and it looks like it's going to need to be pushed back. We've got weather issues, we've got licensing issues, and it sounds like we're going to try to make it for the spring when there's more light, and it's going to actually be on the premises of Big Sky Ranch, which it's going to be amazing. All the details are still happening, so don't quote me right now, but just so you know, a couple of you had questions about that, and that's it. But we are also trying to work on a little virtual surprise for everyone, so we'll see if that all happens, and if it does, then it'll be great. Yeah, we're all just kind of, little by little here. 2020 it's a doozy. I tell you, it's a doozy. Yeah, I don't think I will ever forget 2020. Yeah, never. So I'm wondering how you guys are all doing. I made frothy milk this morning. Did anyone get a milk frother? I wonder after my frothy milk morning. Okay, so we're going to recap here. We've been reading a prairie devotional. We started with chapter 1 we started with the intro about, was it 9 weeks ago? So we've gone every week, a chapter a week. We are on chapter 8 from a prairie devotional, and it is called Joy Will Follow. All right, this is from season 2, episode 14, The Pride of Walnut Grove. And if you remember this episode, this is when Mary gets chosen to go to the state mathematics, go take the state mathematics test, where all the smart people will go and represent Walnut Grove. And Laura gets a little jealous. I wonder, any of you guys get a little jealous once in a while? If you do, you are in good company, because I have had my share of jealous moments, and it's been a challenge for me for a lot of my life. And we will learn here about my first jealous moment. I wonder if you guys remember your first jealous moment. This was mine. All right. So, Joy Will Follow, chapter 8. And the quote is, "Guess I got kind of jealous, you being so smart and all." And that was Laura Ingalls. "If we're not careful, the green-eyed monster of jealousy sometimes slips out of its cave and runs rampant. It longs for more stuff, more recognition, and deeper connections. And it starts when we're young. In this episode, Laura is jealous when Mary is selected to represent Walnut Grove for the state mathematics test. She can't help but wish she had been chosen. I've wished to be chosen too. My first jealous moment happened while watching a Christmas episode of Little House on the Prairie. I was 4 years old, my eyes glued to the television set at my grandmother's house. I'll never forget waiting to watch myself on the screen. The little house full of presents to open, those fat striped sticks of peppermint to wrap our lips around, and a snowy window scene with all the kids cheering as Pa snowshoes across the white expanse to the barn. My twin sister and I had one other scene in the script. falling asleep on Ma's lap. Neither of us volunteered to sleep. On the set, we did as we were told, even if it meant disappointment later on. When twins share a role, one is on set filming while the other waits in the dressing room. We had no idea which part we would get to play. I remembering the arguing beforehand, but then the episode was over, we forgot about it, and we moved on. Until we were sitting in front of the television at my grandmother's house, with the familiar Little House theme song began. And there I sat through a full hour of jealousy. My sister, Brenda, unwrapped beautiful gifts, and huddled with the family around the open window up in the loft and ran her tongue over striped sugar. I got the sleeping scene, of course. But I'd like to tell you I got over it, but that wouldn't be true. I've struggled with jealousy most of my life. Life is challenging when you want what someone else has. Jealousy tells only half the story. It emphasizes what we can't grasp, and it ignores everything God has given us. God knows when we feel forgotten. He loves us without the slightest hesitation, but desires us to be content. If we can embrace contentment, joy will follow. On the show, Laura finally admits to Mary that jealousy caused her bad behavior, and she apologizes. She decides to be thankful for what she already has. And the verse is 1 Timothy 6 and 8. Godliness with contentment is great gain. If we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. And you know, it's funny because how many of us are actually content with food and clothing? Yeah, we should be. But we want more. I mean, we want more. How many of us see other people's jobs or cars or houses or kids or husbands or wives or fill in the blank? How many of us think, oh, I wish I had what that person had, you know? You know, I talked a little bit ago about when I woke up from brain surgery, and like, I just remember thinking, what if I stopped like looking at everyone else's life and actually lived my own? Like, what if I, instead of wanting someone else's life, what if I actually just wanted my life to be the best life that I could live, make the biggest difference that I could make, and to enjoy it like to the full? Like, what if we did that? What if we stopped scrolling the Instagram feed, looking at what we wish we had? And what if we just started living this glorious, amazing life that we get to live? What joy would there be, like, to be content with exactly what we have? Like, amazing. And I will say that the last 5 years, I have tried to do that. Now, have I slipped up? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. But what if we just lived our own lives and loved our life just how it is? And when we're not quite satisfied with this life that we're living, what if inside ourselves, what if we just said, I want to be better. I want to do something that would make a difference, right? Bingo. So there is a verse in John 10, and it says that the thief, the joy stripper, he wants to come and kill and destroy and steal. Don't let him do it. But Jesus says, I have come to give them life, and to give them life in abundance. So live that abundant life, the life that is only looking at your own life. You're not looking at anyone else's and wanting what they have. You just want your life to be the best that it can be. That's my encouragement for you today. So if you find yourself a little jealous sometimes, I understand. Go live your best life, just for you and what you can do for the world. And that's it. I don't have anything else to say. So, if you would like to hear from me more, go sign up for my email list. I send out a monthly newsletter, and you can do that at my website, wendyloulee.com. And thank you all so much. I love you to pieces. I really, really, really do. I mean, Tuesday mornings is like the only morning that I get up and actually get ready for the day because I get to come and hang out with you guys. And so thank you for getting me out of bed. Thank you for making me wash my hair because it really needed it. And thanks for hanging out with me. I love you all and have a great day. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.